Have you ever gone through loss of your loved ones through death, or bad breakup or a divorce, surviving abuse or going through abuse, which could be physical, mental, emotional, sexual, or any kind of emotional neglect, sudden financial hardships such as loss of property or sudden big loss in your business? If you have gone through these things, then you have suffered or you are suffering emotional or psychological trauma. Hello and welcome back to you all in my channel. As humans, we are all likely to undergo traumatic experiences in our lifetime. However, based on the severity and frequency, some experiences can leave us with deep emotional wounds that will end up influencing our whole perception of life and the choices we make in future. In most cases, we go through these experiences quite early in our lives, making the mission of healing our emotional wounds tangle with the challenges of healing our inner childhood trauma. It's extremely important to know how to heal emotional wounds. Emotional and psychological traumas are the result of extremely stressful events that leaves us feeling unsafe and disconnected from everyone around us. They leave us feeling helpless, powerless, and overwhelmed. Many people also experience painful feelings and memories as well as anxiety that won't go away. Emotional or psychological trauma is suffered by our mind, heart, and spirit, eventually leading to physical suffering. Now, let's see what are the symptoms of emotional or psychological trauma. Emotional trauma can often be difficult to detect because symptoms manifest differently from one person to another person. Some might fall into deep depression and pull away from everyone. Others might mask their pain with drugs, alcohol, and some other acting out behaviors. And people might appear to carry on as if they are normal, but internally, in their inner world, they are suffering. Many people might appear to carry on normal life as if everything is normal, but suffering internally on their own. Issues of our mind and heart are harder to detect. Therefore, they are easier to hide from the outside world. As a result, we fool ourselves into dismissing, ignoring, or avoiding our feelings in an effort to convince ourselves that we are okay and we should just move on. But just like as any kind of physical pain, physical wound, a broken heart requires attention, care, love, and healing. We must go through emotional healing process. Understanding the stages of our own trauma and the recovery is a helpful place to start with. Now, here comes the most important part: how to heal our emotional and psychological trauma or tragedy. The best course of action for healing our old emotional wound or the current emotional wound is to be an active participant of your own healing process. Here are a few tips that you can use to heal your emotional wound or recover from emotional or psychological trauma. The best course of action for healing our old emotional wound or any current emotional wound is to be an active participant in our own healing process. Here are a few tips that might be helpful in healing your emotional wound and to recover from our psychological trauma. Number one, identifying the cause. Injuries to our mind, heart, and spirit must be identified and acknowledged before they can even be treated. Identifying the root cause of emotional pain and psychological suffering is very important. So often we walk around carrying this pain as if we don't remember. We carry them with us throughout our life. Sometimes the pain begins in early childhood and stays with us as we navigate through our adulthood. And sometimes sudden shift or any unexpected life change throws us into the crisis of identity that leaves us feeling lost. Either way, you will not be able to release the pain that you have been carrying if you don't know that you are holding on to it. You cannot heal an emotional wound that you invalidate or resist to acknowledge. At times, people may not even know why they are going through the pain or any new emotional trauma occurs, but the root cause could be from your childhood. Now, ways to identify the cause of your emotional wound would be meeting with a therapist or a counselor, which is a way to get in touch with your suffering and general discomfort associated with healing the emotional pain. Feeling understood and supported is the key in this healing process. If you feel you can't work with a therapist or you're not comfortable right away, you can still begin to understand the cause of your own pain to honestly examining yourself. Finding out what is causing the pain is important within yourself. Then only you can move towards the healing process or dealing with your emotional wound. Look at the people, work, and surroundings in your life. Determine who and what is triggering you and the suffering, and then start making a note. Keeping track of your own thoughts and journaling them can help you finding the patterns. It helps you to identify what are the causes and what are the patterns. Number 2, practice mindfulness or meditation. Practicing mindfulness means being self-aware in the present moment, in the current moment. This is a key to peaceful life at any stage, but especially after psychological and emotional trauma. There's a reason why people need to take time off from work and from social engagement after a breakup or any significant loss. Slowing down allows us to acknowledge and validate our pain and wounded feelings. It is much better than masking with a busy schedule or any other distractions. Once you have the habit of regular meditation or mindfulness practice, the traumas of your past will slowly begin to have less control over your emotional state. It's not easy, as we may revisit the traumatic moments as a means of releasing the pain, as the means of healing process. However, mindfulness can help you retrain your brain to react differently to painful thoughts and memories, and also helps in letting go. Processing our painful emotions are extremely important. Please check the description below for a link if you'd like to know how to process our difficult emotion. I have attached the link. Number 3, practice being patient. Another vital aspect of emotional healing is to be patient. We all know that if you pick on a wound, it's never going to heal. If you don't rest your injured muscle, there is a risk of further damage. This is same with our emotional wound or any emotional scars. Stop picking or stop interfering, but give yourself real time to heal. You cannot put a deadline on your progress. However, the choice to heal emotional wounds can be made at any moment in life. You have to be willing to work on yourself, and it may even take a significant part of your lifetime to heal those deeply rooted suffering. Rushing or being anxious will only result in more distress. Instead, it's important to breathe, continue, and encourage yourself to be part of your healing journey. Be proud of every step that you're taking towards repairing your mental, emotional, and spiritual wounds. I hope this helps. My channel is mostly focused on mental health, emotional health, and any other health issues, and self-improvement, and also self-care topics. And most of my shorts are on personal development and motivation. Please do visit my channel. Do not forget to subscribe, leave your valuable comments, and share, as it might be helpful for those who need it. I would be extremely grateful. I will be back again in my next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.